Getting around Los Santos as fast as you can is a top priority for all GTA Online players. So let me help you by going over the 7 fastest cars in GTA Online. Of course, all of them are going to be HSW vehicles, so I have included some normal vehicles at this timestamp. So with all that out of the way, let's start with the first car, the S95 HSW. This car comes in at a price of just under $2 million, with its HSW upgrade costing $500,000, totaling to about $2.5 million. Even though this car is $2.5 million, you actually get it for free for migrating from the old version of GTA Online to this version. And with a top speed of 155 miles an hour, this car does perform pretty well. I mean, when I tested it, it was raining outside, and honestly, I wasn't going to include it in the video because I thought the rain would make the car drive terribly. But to my complete surprise, it drove perfectly in the rain. Like, this car had me on the edge of my seat as I was driving it because it kind of felt like it was about to spin out or start sliding around in the rain, but it didn't, if that makes sense. Anyways, the main point is this car was fun to drive, and if you're not doing anything important and you're just driving around for fun, this car isn't too bad considering I got it for free, and I'm sure most people did get it for free as well, so definitely do give it a try. But with that, let's move on to the next fastest car, the Vigero ZX HSW, at a price of just under $2 million, with its HSW variant costing just under $400,000, totaling to just about $2.3 million. Also, before I get into how good the car is, I just want to mention there's a convertible version which has the exact same performance as the normal version. Of course, I bought the convertible version because I'm a complete sucker for those, but there's no difference between both of them, so don't worry too much about it. So let's get into the actual performance of this car, because being a muscle car, I was really expecting nothing here. Honestly, I have this personal grudge against muscle cars because they are absolutely terrible. You know, normally they have terrible acceleration, they do like 10,000 wheel spins before they drive, and their handling sucks. But I do want to say this car is definitely an exception to that rule. With a top speed of 157 miles an hour and a pretty good acceleration, which can be a bit hard to control, this car was really good. If you get to a straight area of road, this car is really nice to drive because of its top speed. But the main issue that I had with this car is the fact that I had to keep on braking when taking turns, because normally I would just let go of W and let the car roll for a little bit, but this car couldn't even handle that, which is my only pet peeve with this car. The next car actually featured in this video, where I go over my top 10 favorite vehicles in all of GTA Online, the Ubermark Niobe HSW. This car costs $1.8 million and has its HSW upgrade at $1.1 million, totaling to just under $3 million. And with a top speed of 159 miles an hour, this car is really nice to drive. And of course, the design looks really cool because it's based off the BMW i8, which you can kind of tell by the futuristic design. And if I'm being completely honest, this car without HSW upgrades is complete dog shit. Honestly, the handling sucks, the brakes feel like they're made out of butter, and this was not a fun drive at all. But you can tell straight away, as soon as you upgrade it to its HSW variant, there is a huge change to the car. There's a lot more control over it, there's a lot more speed obviously, and you can tell by here, I hit somebody and was able to recover perfectly even though I was in the rain. So this car is definitely a must-have for me because I love how it looks and I love how it drives as well. The next vehicle on our list is the second most expensive on the entire list, the Itali GT Stinger TT, at a price of $2.3 million and a HSW upgrade of $1.4 million. The total price comes to $3.798 million, which, like I said before, is the second most expensive car on this entire list, but it also is the second fastest land vehicle in the entire game. But this car isn't really worth it because when you try to accelerate in this car, it starts to do a crazy amount of wheel spins and it's very hard to control at the beginning. So the only way to drive this car properly is with a controller. As you can see, my car has armored plating on it, which means it's compatible with a Mani tech. And like I said before, the only flaw of this car is the way it accelerates and the handling as well. Actually, the handling is completely terrible. But if you are just looking for a car which has insane top speed, this is a decent car to drive around purely for its top speed. Before we get on to the fastest car in the entire game, let's talk about the 2 fastest normal vehicles, so non-HSW vehicles. First up, we have the Pariah, costing $1.4 million with a top speed of 136 miles per hour. And I actually bought this car a very long time ago, back when it was the fastest car in the game, you know, before the Agents of Sabotage update and before the Banshee GTS, which is now the fastest non-HSW vehicle. And honestly, this car is still nice to drive because of all of the control that I have over it when I drive. And it's not just the performance that's good with this car. I honestly think it looks pretty good, especially the front of the car, with the headlights. But of course, that's my opinion. The other normal non-HSW car we have is the Itali RSX, which costs $3.4 million and has a top speed of about 134 miles per hour. Despite being a non-HSW vehicle, it is the third most expensive car on this entire list. You know, the list filled with HSW vehicles. You know, the vehicles that need a separate upgrade to be good. I know I'm making it seem like this car is completely overpriced and terrible, but it is kind of overpriced and it's not the best car to drive around. I mean, it's okay, it's nice, but I do regret buying it for this video. And I think the main reason for this price tag is because the car actually looks really nice and it has a little spoiler which moves around, which is kind of cool. But with all of that, we finally get to the fastest car in the entire game, the Banshee GTS HSW, at a price of $1.9 million, with its HSW variant costing another $1.9 million. The car totals up to about $3.9 million, and with a top speed of 172 miles an hour, this car is by far the fastest land vehicle in the entire game. And just as a cherry on top, it also is Imani Tech compatible, so you can add stuff like a missile lock-on jammer and be cruising around Los Santos without having to worry about getting blown up. And because this car is based off the Dodge Viper, it looks really good. Also, the Banshee is one of those cars which has been in a bunch of older GTA games. If I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure it was in GTA 3, or maybe it was in Liberty City Stories. I'm not sure which one I have on my PS2, but it was in one of those games. So this car has a full legacy to it. It drives nice, it looks nice, and yeah, I mean, you should definitely buy it. Now that you know the fastest vehicles in the entire game, why don't you check out the best things to buy for any player in the entire game, no matter what skill level you are. So click the video on screen and I'll see you there.